Numbers chapter 9. The Passover. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month of the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, The sons of Israel are to keep the Passover at its appointed time. On the 14th day of this month at twilight you shall keep it at its appointed time. According to all its statutes and ordinances you shall keep it. So Moses told the Israelites to observe the Passover. They observed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at twilight in the wilderness of Sinai, in accordance with all that the Lord had commanded Moses. So the Israelites did. But there were certain men who were unclean because of touching the dead body of a man. So they could not observe the Passover on that day. So they came before Moses and Aaron the same day. Those men said to Moses, We are unclean because of touching a dead body. Why are we being restrained from presenting the Lord's offering at its appointed time among the Israelites? Therefore Moses said to them, Wait, and I will listen to what the Lord will command concerning you. Then Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Say to the Israelites, If any one of you or of your descendants become unclean because of touching a dead body, or is not a distant journey, he may, however, observe the Passover to the Lord. On the 14th day of the second month, 30 days later at twilight they shall observe it. They shall eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until morning, nor break any of its bones. In accordance with all the statutes of the Passover, they shall observe it. But the man who is clean and is not on a journey, and yet does not observe the Passover, that person shall be cut off from among his people, excluding him from the atonement made for them, because he did not bring the Lord's offering at its appointed time. That man will observe the penalty of sin offering. If a stranger lives among you as a resident alien and observes the Passover to the Lord in accordance with its statutes and its ordinances, so shall he do. You shall have one statute both for the resident alien and for a native of the land. The cloud on the tabernacle. Now on the day that the tabernacle was erected, the cloud of God's presence covered the tabernacle, that is the tent of the testimony. And in the evening it was over the tabernacle, appearing like a pillar of fire until the morning. So it was continuously. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. Whenever the cloud was lifted from over the tent tabernacle, afterward the Israelites would set out, and in the place where the cloud stopped, there the Israelites would camp. At the Lord's command, the Israelites would journey on, and at his command they would camp. As long as the cloud remained over the tabernacle, they remained camped. Even when the cloud lingered over the tabernacle for many days, the Israelites would keep their obligation to the Lord and not set out. Sometimes the cloud remained only a few days over the tabernacle, and in accordance with the command of the Lord they remained camped. Then at his command they set out. If sometimes the cloud remained over the tabernacle from evening only until morning, when the cloud was lifted in the morning, they would journey on, whether in the daytime or at night. Whenever the cloud was lifted, they would set out. Whether it was 2 days or a month or a year that the cloud of the Lord's presence lingered over the tabernacle, staying above it, the Israelites remained camped and did not set out. But when it was lifted, they set out. At the command of the Lord, they camped, and at the command of the Lord they journeyed on. They kept their obligation to the Lord in accordance with the command of the Lord through Moses. Numbers chapter 10. The silver trumpets. The Lord spoke further to Moses, saying, Make 2 trumpets of silver, you shall make them of hammered work, you shall use them to summon the congregation and to have the camps move out. When both are blown, all the congregation, that is, all adult males, shall gather before you at the doorway of the tent of meeting tabernacle. However, if a single trumpet is blown, then the leaders, heads of the tribes of Israel, shall gather themselves to you. When you blow an alarm, the camps on the east side of the tabernacle shall set out. When you blow an alarm the second time, then the camps of the south side of the tabernacle shall set out. They shall blow an alarm whenever they are to move out on their journeys. When the assembly is to be gathered, you shall blow the trumpets in short, sharp tones. But without sounding an alarm, the sons of Aaron the priest shall blow the trumpets, and the trumpets shall be for you a perpetual statute throughout your generations. When you go to war in your land against the enemy that attacks you, then sound an alarm with the trumpet, so that you may be remembered before the Lord your God. And you shall be saved from your enemies also in the day of rejoicing and in your appointed feast, and at the beginnings of your months you shall sound the trumpets over your burnt offerings and over the sacrifice of your peace offerings, and they shall be as a reminder of you before your God. I am the Lord your God. The tribes leave Sinai. On the 20th day of the 2nd month in the 2nd year since leaving Egypt, the cloud of the Lord's presence was lifted from over the tabernacle of the testimony. And the Israelites set out on the journey from the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud of the Lord's guiding presence settled down in the wilderness of Paran. So they moved out from the first time in accordance with the command of the Lord through Moses. The standard of the camp of the sons of Judah according to their armies moved out first. Nahshon the son of Amminadab was commander over its army, and Nethanel the son of Jeuer was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Issachar, and Eliab the son of Helon was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Zebulun. Then the tabernacle was taken down, and the sons of Gershon and the sons of Merari who were carrying the tabernacle moved out. Next, the standard of the camp of the sons of Reuben according to their armies moved out with Eliezer the son of Shedeur, commander over its army, and Shelumiel the son of Jerishaddai was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Simeon, and Eliasaph the son of Deiel was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Gad. Then the Kohathites moved out carrying the holy things, and the tabernacle was set up before they arrived. Next, the standard of the camp of the sons of Ephraim moved out according to their armies with Elishama the son of Ammihud commander over its army, and Gamaliel the son of Pedazur was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Manasseh, and Abidan the son of Gideoni was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Benjamin. Then the standard of the camp of the sons of Dan according to their armies, which formed the rear guard for all the camps, moved out with Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai, commander over its army, and Pagiel the son of Ochran was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Asher, and Ahira the son of Enan was commander over the tribal army of the sons of Naphtali. This was the order of march of the sons of Israel by their armies as they moved out. Then Moses said to Hobab the son of Reuel the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, "We are going to the place of which the Lord said, I will give it to you. Come with us, and we will be good to you. for the Lord has promised good things concerning Israel. But Hobab, Moses' brother-in-law, said to him, I will not go. I will return to my own land and to my family. Then Moses said, Please do not leave us, for you know how we are to camp in the wilderness, and you will serve as eyes for us as we make our trek through the desert. So if you will go with us, it shall be that whatever good the Lord does for us, we will do the same for you. So they set out from the mountain of the Lord, Sinai, 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord went in front of them during the 3 days of journey to seek out a resting place for them. The cloud of the Lord was over them by day when they set out from the camp. Whenever the ark set out, Moses said, Raise up, O Lord, let your enemies be scattered, and let those who hate you flee before you. And when the ark rested, Moses said, Return, O Lord, to the myriad many thousands of Israel. Numbers chapter 11. The people complained. Now the people became like those who complain and whine about their hardships, and the Lord heard it, and when the Lord heard it, his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Lord burned among them and devoured those in the outlying parts of the camp. So the people cried out to Moses, and when Moses prayed to the Lord, the fire died out. He named that place Taberah, the place of burning, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. The rabble among them who followed Israel from Egypt had greedy desires for familiar and delicious food, and the Israelites wept again and said, Who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish we ate freely and without cost in Egypt, the cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic, but now our appetite is gone. There is nothing at all in the way of food to be seen but this manna. The manna was like coriander seed, and it looked like bdellium. The people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills or beat it in mortars and boiled it in pots and made cakes with it, and it tastes like cake baked with fresh olive oil. When the dew fell on the camp at night, the manna fell with it. The complaint of Moses. Now Moses heard the people weeping in self-pity throughout their families, every man at the doorway of his tent, and the anger of the Lord blazed hotly, and Moses regarded their behavior as evil. So Moses said to the Lord, Why have you been so hard on your servant, and why have I not found favor in your sight, that you have placed the burden of all these people on me? Was it I who conceived all these people? Was it I who brought them forth? That you shall say to me, Carry them in your arms as a nurse carries the nursing infant, to the land which you swore to their fathers. Where am I to get meat to give to all these people? For they weep before me and say, Give us meat so that we may eat. I am not able to carry all these people alone, because the burden is too heavy for me. So, if this is the way you are going to deal with me, please kill me at once. If I have found favor in your sight, and do not leave me see my wretchedness. 70 elders to assist. Accordingly, the Lord said to Moses, Gather for me 70 men from among the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of people and their offices. Bring them to the tent of meeting tabernacle, and let them stand there with you. Then I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take away some of the Spirit who is upon you, and will put him upon them. And they shall bear the burden of the people with you, so that you will not have to bear it all alone. Say to the people, Consecrate, separate as holy yourselves for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat, for you have wept in self-pity in the ears of the Lord, saying, Who will give us meat to eat? For we were well off in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat. You shall eat not 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, nor 10 days, nor 20 days, but a whole month, until it comes out of your nostrils and is disgusting to you, because you have rejected and despised the Lord who is among you, and have wept in self-pity before him, saying, Why did we come out of Egypt? But Moses said, The people among whom I am are 6 lakhs fighting men on foot, besides all the women and children. Yet you have said, I will give them meat so that they may eat it for a whole month. Should flocks and herds be slaughtered for them, to be sufficient for them, or shall all the fish of the sea be collected for them, to be sufficient for them? The Lord said to Moses, Is the Lord's hand ability power limited, short? You shall see now whether my word will come to pass for you or not. So Moses went out and spoke to the people the words of the Lord, and he gathered 70 men from among the elders of the people and stationed them around the tent tabernacle. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke to him, and he took some of the Spirit who was upon Moses and put him upon the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied, praising God and declaring his will, but they will not do it again. But 2 men had remained in the camp, one named Eldad and the other named Medad. The Spirit rested upon them. Now they were among those who had been registered but had not gone out to the tent, and they prophesied in the camp. So a young man ran and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad are prophesying, extolling the praises of God and declaring his will in the camp. Then Joshua the son of Nun, the attendant of Moses from his youth, said, My Lord Moses, stop them. But Moses said to him, Are you jealous for my sake? Would that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit upon them? Then Moses went back into the camp, he and the elders of Israel, the quail and the plague. Now there went forth a wind from the Lord, and it brought quails from the sea and let them fall, so they flew low beside the camp about a day's journey on this side and on the other side, all around the camp, about 2 cubits 3 feet deep on the surface of the ground. The people spent all that day and all night and all the next day, and caught and gathered the quail. The one who gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them out for themselves around the camp to cure them by drying. While the meat was still between their teeth before it was shaved, the anger of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord struck them with a very severe plague, so that people was named Kibroth Hatava, the graves of greediness, because they built the people who had been greedy for more than the manna that God provided them. From Kibroth Hatava, the people set out for Hazeroth, and they remained at Hazeroth. Numbers chapter 12. The murmuring of Miriam and Aaron. Now Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite women whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman, and they said, Has the Lord really spoken only through Moses? Has he not spoken also through us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very humble, gentle, kind, devoid of self-righteousness, more than any man who was on the face of the earth. Suddenly the Lord said to Moses, Aaron and Miriam, come out, you three, to the tent of meeting tabernacle. And the three of them came out. The Lord came down in a pillar of cloud and stood at the doorway of the tabernacle. And he called Aaron and Miriam, and they came forward. And he said, hear my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known to himself in a vision, and I will speak to him in a dream. But it is not so with my servant Moses. He is entrusted and faithful in all my house. With him I speak mouth to mouth directly, clear and openly, and not in riddles. And he beholds the form of the Lord. Why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Miriam and Aaron, and he departed. But when the cloud has withdrawn from over the tent, behold, Miriam was leprous, as white as snow. And Aaron turned and looked at Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Then Aaron said to Moses, O my Lord, I plead with you, do not account this sin to us, in which we have acted foolishly and in which we have sinned. Oh, do not let her be like one dead, already half decomposed, when he becomes from his mother's womb. So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, heal her, please, O God, I plead with you. But the Lord said to Moses, if her father had put spit in her face, would she not bear her shame for 7 days? Let her be shut up outside the camp for 7 days, and afterwards she may return. So Miriam was shut up outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not move on until Miriam was brought in again and declared clean for her leprosy. Afterward the people moved on the Hazeroth and camped in the wilderness of Paran.